Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Woo. Today, how is everybody doing today? But today, like I showed in the video a few days ago, a couple days ago, whenever it was, a couple years ago, heck, I don't know. Today, we are working on 42-inch, the edge deck. This is a deck off my buddy's tractor he brought me the other day. He said it was making a noise. He thought he might have had a bad spindle, but the whole spindle's loose. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. These bolts are not tight. Yup. But in discovering that, this deck is cracked right across there. I believe that's the only crack around the spindle mount. Nope, we got a crack on that bolt back there, but I got to remove this spindle to be able to repair that. What I'm going to do is put a washer. I'm going to weld a washer all the way around it, then put the bolts back in. I'm going to do all four of them. But to do that, I've got to get those bolts out. And by the grace of the good Lord, them things ain't going to break off in the spindle. Oh boy, he's talking about a new spindle if that happens. So what I did, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to spray a little bit of STRIKEHOLD. And I'm hoping the STRIKEHOLD goes under that bolt, and I know it is. And follow those threads down into that aluminum housing down there. Okay. Now we'll go under. And we'll get to the bottom of the bolts. Spray from under. We might get lucky and work in bolts out of there. If we can, everything's good. Everything will be good if we get them bolts out without breaking them. This spindle here is perfectly fine, but I am going to make sure they're tight though. I'm going to tighten them. Okay. This deck is also, you can see under here, you can see that daylight where it's cracked around here, and it's also cracked across here. You know, you can see it right there. This whole thing is heaved up. And also I noticed, I don't know why his belt is so chewed up. I would imagine it's because, see, you've got these, this side doesn't have a cover that holds the belt on when you disengage the blades. It's got a manual, it just throws a bunch of slack on it when you disengage, and that's how it stops. But you've got on this side, since you don't have a cover, you've got, well, this belt finger here is loose too. You've got 3 belt fingers that holds the belt on the pulley. So every time you disengage, the belt just don't fall off. See, this one I just noticed is loose. I'm gonna put a little STRIKEHOLD on that one too, because I'm gonna have to tighten that down. It goes right into the, it threads right into the metal of the deck. It don't mount in any kind of, it just threads into the deck. So I'm gonna go under here, right about where that bolt comes out. I'm gonna hit it right there, come back around here. I'm gonna let some of this STRIKEHOLD get under it and get down in them threads, because I don't want to break that bolt either trying to tighten on it. And I've noticed this belt finger is broke. See where This broke from right there, right under that bolt head. Let me hit that one too, because I got to remove that. And I'm thinking that's why the belt is probably chewed up, because you don't have the belt finger here to hold it right there. What I'm thinking is this belt, although these other two belt fingers hold it on from coming off, this belt finger's missing, and you can see where that belt is riding on that. Right there. See, we gotta, and I'm thinking that's what's chewing this belt up. So I'm gonna have to fabricate, another belt finger, weld it to this, and let it come out about probably a good inch, and let it come straight up, and just kind of ride right in here to keep this belt from, that's gotta be what it is. Whew, that's got to be what's chewing that belt up. So I'll just come right over here to the old scrap metal bin. There's a good piece right there we can use. I'm going to use this to refabricate that belt finger. Little piece of, I don't know, what is that, 3/8 stock, 1/2 inch stock. It's about the same size as the other ones. And also, I'm going to take some pieces of this and really reinforce. I'm going to cut some pieces and lay it in there and weld it. I'm going to lay this in there like that, a little piece, and weld it there. This one looks pretty good. No, we got a little crack right there. So I think I'm going to put a piece on the inside. On this side, we'll do something with this side too, because it's got a little bitty little crack going right there. I may just tack that and not worry about this side. I think it's fine. But that's what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at. It's been a while since I cranked up my welder, little MIG welder. I think I got this at, God, it's been so many years. I got it at some welding supply shop on Allgood Road in Marietta on Highway 41. I don't even know how much Oregon I have left. Let's see how much Oregon I have left. Yeah, I still got a pretty good bit. Right at 1,000. Yeah. Prax Air in Marietta, Prax Air. They've changed names so many times over the past years. I think it went from something to Air Gas. Now they're called Prax Air. Oh well. But anyway, that's what we're looking at, fellas. Y'all hang with us, man. We are going to get this deck whipped back into shape for my buddy so he can be ready for the springtime. And let's get busy. All right, first thing we're going to do is get these blades off here. I want to sharpen these for the fella. Looks like it's been hitting something right there. Yeah, we may get a new set of blades. These things are pretty bad shape. Yeah, that thing is loose. Crud wrapped around it. Nail that off there. Alrighty. Alright. Haha. And the next thing we're going to do, is get this pulley here off. Well, let's get this belt off here first. I ain't worried about hurting that belt. It's already gone. It's too far gone. Whew. Set that thing aside. Let's get this pulley off. And we're gonna see about, and then we'll see about getting that spindle off. It still looks pretty good. Yep. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Now we're gonna see how good that strike hold helps. Because we got to get that thing off of there. I'm gonna try to get this off first, or try to tighten this one first. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, that's as much as I'm gonna do. Now let's see if we can get these four. I'm not gonna do it with an impact. I'm gonna have to use, let's do it by hand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got one. We got one. Look at that, you can tell that strike hold's got all over it. Penetrated completely. Now, try another one. Oh yeah. If it wasn't that loose, coming off that easy, what I would do is just turn it a little bit, then I would reset the ratchet and tighten it the other way a little bit. Just work it, work it. Yeah, that strike hold, it's got down in there. Yep, it's gotten down in there. Ooh, that's good stuff. Y'all gonna have to go get you some there, boy. Okay, now this one's pretty tight. So what I'll do is go back that way, back that way. Go that way a little bit. Okay, see now it's getting looser, that's good. That is good. All right. This one's dry here. That strike hold didn't have a chance to get under it. But we're good. Let's try this one. Last one, man. Hold your breath. Oh yeah, well this one's tight. Go back that way a little bit. Come back this way a little bit. Oh yeah. I think we're gonna be pretty good. I think we're doing pretty good. Yeah, this one was dry too. Okay, man, success. We actually got the spindle off of it. It's awful dry, but the bearings feel good, so we'll make sure we grease them up really, really well. And this spindle here feels pretty good. It's just a little dry. I can tell it's dry. We're gonna have to get a, you can hear that, we're gonna have to replace that. Let me try something here. Yeah, this one is, got a little noise to it, but I'm gonna put some of this in there, a little STRIKEHOLD. Let that soak in there. We'll see if that makes a difference. Because the bearings don't feel like they're loose or wore or nothing, it's just, yeah, this one's gonna have to be replaced. I may even have one. I think I might do, but we're gonna take care of that later. You can see here where these holes have gotten elongated because that thing would, So what I'm gonna do is just grind all this out. You can see all of them are cracked. Crack there, and that was cracked all the way across here, all the way up here. I believe we can save it. Just gonna grind it off real good, take some washers, just weld some washers around it. Fix that. Let me get this off. Okay. And you can see how that's broke. So we're going to have to find a way to fix that. Yep, we'll have to figure out a way to fix that. I'm going to reuse this because it's got this little indentation, this little tab that goes in there that aligns it where it needs to be. So what I'll do is just take the rod and weld it to this, drill it back out if I have to, come out about 1 inch and just go straight 90 degree up and try to mimic those. Okay. Okay. Y'all hang with, man. We're gonna get this welder set up. We're gonna do some grinding, fabricating, a little body and fender, a little B&F. Y'all hang with, boys and girls. Alrighty, let me blow some of this junk off of it. There's some of this loose paint. Less grinding. Ready. Make sure you wear your face shield, boys and girls. Let me take this off there. Yeah. All right, here we go. Just using a regular old carbide grinding blade on a 4.5-inch hand grinder. I can pull my mask up now. It's like I'm talking in a tin can. All right, so this is what we have. I wanted to expose everywhere I'm going to be welding. These cracks run all the way up here, right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the spindle back on it, put the washers on there, run the bolts back into the spindle. That way I know the washers are perfectly lined up. And then we'll come through here and we'll add some material around here to beef it up pretty good. And around here, there's a little crack there and there. I'm just gonna attack that. Other than that, that's all I can see that's damaged. And then we'll fabricate the new belt finger. All this is cracked. I tried to bend this back, but it's not bent so far out that it's gonna hurt anything, so. All right, boys and girls. Let's get welding. Let's do some welding. Yeah. Alrighty, so what I'm doing here is putting the washers on there, putting the bolts through it so I know it's lined up. All right, get it started by finger. So we got the red bearing coming in on this board. All right, get them things started, and what I'm going to do now is run them down, not tight, but just kind of snugly. All right. Now what I'm going to do is just tack these washers in place where they are and then pull this back apart. Let's do that now. Found a good place to ground. That's a good place. Let me get my helmet on. Okay, gas on. Welder on. I believe that's pretty good. I believe that's good. Good enough. Turn the gas back off. Can't tell you how many times I left the gas on and ruined the whole tank. All right. Now I'll take that back off. Uh-oh. That washer right there it broke loose. Let me tighten it back down and hit it again. Let me hit that one again. Okay. All right. Okay, some bolts are hot. Alrighty. Now I'm going to go back and weld the cracks, weld the washers first, and then I'll see about that. All right. Wrapped up around itself. I'm gonna have to grind some of that weld down right there because it's gonna be in the way of that bolt. That bolt's got a fat built-in washer on it. I'll tell you, it is hard to see on this helmet. Yeah, looks pretty good. Let me get that crack right there. I'm gonna have to turn the exhaust fan on. I don't want to be breathing them fumes. All right, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Let me hit pause for a minute. Okay. I'm gonna try to tack this back down a little bit. Put my shoulder against it. Okay. Now, let me go over here and hit this side right here real quick. I don't think about it. Fix that little crack. Okay. Now I'm gonna go cut a piece of metal to lay in there, and I can weld it. I'm gonna cut it off of this. Let's see, that needs to be about that long. Hang loose. Let's see, I think I'll cut a little more off of it. Hang loose, let me cut some more off of it. Okay. I got that wrench laying there just to hold it. Boy, you can use that as currency right there. That's a stack of Adobe dimes. Woohoo! Boy, I don't believe that's going to go anywhere. Whew. I'm about to open that door, hang loose. Hey, I can see better. Let's see, I'll bring y'all around this side. Last thing I need to do is just touch up a few of these cracks right here. Maybe a little bit more on this side right here. Whew. Even with a good helmet, it still blinds you a little bit. Okay. Got those cracks sealed up. Got that thing welded all the way around. All the way around, pretty good. That done. Got that welded up. Whew. Let's walk outside for a second. Place fumes. Whew. Now all I gotta do is grind them washers down a little bit. Hit it with a little paint. Hit it with a little paint. Order that pulley, both those pulleys. I'm gonna go ahead and order both those pulleys. Grease them spindles up real good, paint it. It don't look like $1 million bucks, but I tell you, it'll hold. And that's all he was worried about. I'm about to go put this thing on charge. I'll see you in a little bitty bit. Alrighty, I got all these washers ground down. That way the washer on the bolt will set flat. Now we'll put the bolts back in it and tighten that bugger down. I'm gonna put a little blue Loctite on it because I don't want it to come loose again. This is blue number 242. Just a little bit, do you? And make sure your grease fitting is going that direction. I put these bolts on the wire wheel over there and cleaned them real good. Cleaned them real good. Get all of them started by hand. Put the lid back on it. I done dribbled it right there. Okay, that's that. I got these two pulleys on order. I went ahead and ordered a new belt finger. I ain't gonna take the time to try to fabricate one. They're too cheap. And you ain't necessarily gotta watch me do that. You've seen me do it 1,000 times. Let's see, I think what I'm gonna do is put the blades on first, that way I can hold that shaft from turning when I tighten down that pulley. Like I said, she's not pretty, but boy, I tell you, she's better than she was. Got the blades all nice and sharpened. And make sure you get the grooves back in there just right. If you don't, they'll be all the water out. Ooh, lordy. I got a new belt ordered too. I got the belts, pulleys, belts and pulleys, belt finger, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Oh boy. Get this back. Okay. Okay, there she is. The last thing I'm going to do, just going to try to touch it up a little bit. It ain't, like I said, it ain't going to be pretty. You ain't going to see it anyway. I just want to make sure it's, put something on top of that bare steel. There we go, and the last thing I'll do is grease it real good. Oh, I forgot to paint this side. Just want to try to protect it a little bit. This is just yellow paint I got from the hardware store. It matches pretty good. Exo Rust. Paint and primer in one. Well. Yep. There's that, fellers. I hope he's happy with it. Helped him out a little bit. He's a truck driver. He's not a mechanic. So, appreciate y'all watching the video. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Got the deck all fixed up for him. And boys and girls, love you, each and every one of you. Y'all be good. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Love you guys.